Okay, so let's start. So, good morning, everyone. I would request everyone while the meeting is going, please keep your mics off and your camera off. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box. Okay, am I audible properly? Okay.
Yes, you.
So, first of all, thank you everyone for joining this meeting on Sunday morning. That shows your dedication. About myself, I'm Prathamesh Patil. Some of you must know me already. For those who don't know me, I am a 2024 batch pass out from RMD Singapore College Computer Department, and I will be starting my professional journey in corporate next month. Um, I've been leading student communities and tech communities since my first year, and communities are really my hobby thing. I like uh, organizing events and all. This year, along with me, I have Sia Suryavanshi as my co-facilitator, and she will be leading the program. I was a facilitator of the last year, 2023, and I was also a participant in 2022 year. About the program, let's start with the program, the Arcade Facilitator Program. This gives you a hands-on experience on the cloud, Google Cloud. You can gain knowledge of cloud from its basic to advanced, and this is a really good opportunity for those who want to learn something, and you'll also get goodies by completing your milestone in this program. Now I would like Sia to introduce herself.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'll shortly introduce myself. My name is Sia. I am currently a fourth year computer engineering student from RMD Sirgut School of Engineering. Currently, I am interning as a machine learning intern in a company in Baner, and I am also the vice president of a student community called ACES. And I'm co-facilitating this year along with Prathamesh. So basically, my journey with Google Cloud started last year. I was also participant of Google Cloud last year, and I also completed all the labs. I also got goodies and T-shirts, and I also performed so many labs. I have many skill batches and many batches on my Cloud Skill Boost profile as well. And I look forward that all of you do the same and you also participate very enthusiastically. So, as you can see, the Arcade Facilitator program this year has returned. We have a lot of new goodies, and we are going to have a lot of new topics, labs based on very new topics such as AI ML or Gen AI. There's computing, there are various APIs which you can actually use, and hence, Google kind of promotes Google Cloud through this program. So, students kind of get to know what Google Cloud is and they get to use it. So you can see the goodies. Now we are going to tell you how you can actually earn these goodies and how you can actually earn the points and how the program kind of flows. The referral code that you're seeing below is the most important thing because the registrations are going to start from tomorrow at 5 p.m. And this referral code is very important because when you use this referral code during the registration, it shows that you are kind of enrolled under us, and you're going to be, we are going to keep tracking your progress under us. So I'll move on to the next slide now. So, most of you must be thinking, why should I enroll in this program and what does it actually have for me? What is Google Cloud exactly? So, basically, I told you Google Cloud is a platform, a cloud platform, and Google kind of promotes it by telling students to completing this lab and everything. It's kind of a game version which Google does, and you earn game badges and you earn skill badges. So you can see the badge in the middle is called the skill badges, where you will have various labs inside it, and the badge in the corners you can see they are called as the game badges, which are launched every month. And after solving this game batches and arcade batches is how you earn the arcade points, which further you will be going to use to redeem them for your goodies. We'll move on to the next slide. So I'll tell you what the timeline for the program is. So from tomorrow is when the registration begins, and hence we are doing the meeting today because we need to tell you how the registration process goes on and how you're going to kind of get used to it. So from tomorrow is when the registration begins, that is 22nd July, and at 31st July the registration ends. All I have written is that or till the seats are filled, whichever is first. So basically, Google Cloud Platform, if you try to access it without any referral code or without any credits, they charge you. So it is something which is charged and it is very costly. And hence, it is not open for everyone, and that is the reason why the seats are limited. So you have to enroll as soon as you can because once the seats are filled, you cannot enroll into the program. So you miss out on a lot of things if you do not enroll. Also from August is when the game batches and the trivia batches will started to get posting. I'll show you what the game batches and the trivia batches are. So basically from August is when the actual program starts and it lasts till 22nd of the September. But I have also written that you start doing your skill batches from 22nd till 31st July. Why did I do that? Is because it kind of gives you an advantage before the program starts. Okay, all the labs that you are going to solve or all the skill batches that you're going to earn after 22nd is what is going to count for your arcade points. Okay, so I'll recommend that you start doing your skill batches after enrolling or after registering as soon as possible. So the program will actually start from August, but from 22nd to 31st, try to solve as much skill batches as you can. Okay, and then in September, 22nd September is when the program ends, but on you can Google kind of records your progress in the month of September and November, and it takes a long time for your goodies to come. So they have to basically check your reports as how many points you have earned, have you done them fairly or not. So Google kind of creates this report and they email you the report and you see your total points. You can also keep checking them throughout the program, but the final report will be received by Google. And then at the end is when you kind of get how many points you have, and then you can redeem your goodie. I would like to tell that the price counter does not open after the program ends. It is going to open after months. The after the months the program is going to end. I would like to, Prathamesh, can you just brief about the price counter thing?
Okay, so Price Counter is the platform of Google Cloud only, where you can redeem your credits gained through this program. There are milestones set in this program that Sia will brief about you after some time. And after completing those milestones, you can gain those credits and you can redeem your goodies. But the thing is that the counter starts like 1 or 2 months later, the program ends, and then you can redeem your goodies. But we will give you updates about the counter, and as soon as it starts, you can redeem it. It is the further part. We will explain it about you later in the program. Now you can focus on just completing the labs.
Right. The labs and the batches are the most important part. The goodies are the secondary thing for your motivation. So I'll say you focus on completing the skill batches and the labs first, because the goodies are just a part of your motivation. It is something that makes you work or makes you learn, but the skill batches and the game batches are the most important thing.
The
So I'll move on
knowledge,
to the
knowledge is
yeah.
important. Trust me, because if you only gain the goodies, nothing is useful than that. But if you gain the
Right.
knowledge through this program, it will be used in your resume or your interviews.
Right. Okay, so again, I cannot focus any less on the referral code. This referral code is the most important thing when you register. So basically, when you use this code, we know that you are enrolled under us because there are many facilitators. But for the group that which we are, when you use this referral code, we can basically track your progress. And by using this referral code, you kind of get the benefit of using Google Cloud for free for 2 months. or else you cannot access Google Cloud.
Like if you have not used this referral code, we will not be able to help you as your facilitators. So get in mind that this is the really important thing. You need to put this code in your form whenever you are filling the form. This code is
Right.
really important.
Okay, you can take a quick screenshot. I have also shared the code in the group. It is also in the description. But if anyone wants to click a quick screenshot, if they haven't seen the messages on the group, you can do it right now.
We will also conduct a short meeting about how to fill the form.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so what the program is going to be? So there are going to be three types of batches, as you can see. The arcade game batch, the arcade trivia game batch, and the skill batches. So I'll kind of explain you how the batches kind of go throughout the program. So the Google Cloud Arcade game batches. So these batches, four of the batches are released for every month. So this program is going to last for around 2 months, right? So throughout the program, you get 8 arcade batches, and you can see that they are level wise. So for someone who is totally new to arcade, they can start from level one. Someone who knows kind of what arcade is or what Google Cloud is, you can start from level 2. Also, there are like new topics which are covered in each level, which will be released when the batches release. The batches haven't been released yet. They start releasing from tomorrow. So even we don't know what the game batches are based on, but this is what they will look like on the website. Okay. So another one important thing that you should know that again the seats for the batches are limited. So as soon as the batches are live on the website, we'll keep you messaging on the WhatsApp group. So even if you're not solving the batches, very like after they are released, soon after they are released, even if you're not solving the batches, I'll suggest that you enroll in them. So you can throughout the month or throughout the program you can solve them. But I just I'm stressing on this because the seats are limited. So as soon as the batches are live, you just enroll in them. You kind of see an access code below the batches which you have to copy paste in the on the form or in the link of the batch, will show you how to do that as well and how it kind of looks. But again, I'm telling you have to enroll as soon as possible because again the seats here are also limited. You kind of see how many seats are remaining or how many seats are filled. So you have to do it as soon as possible. So this is about the cloud arcade game. For each game that you complete, you get one arcade point. Okay. Next is the cloud trivia game. So this cloud trivia game, for each week you will have one batch that is released. You can see here's written August 24 week 1, then this is week 2, week 3 and week 4. So each week there will be one trivia batch as well. This is kind of an extra batch which gives you an extra point for each week. What if you're done solving all the arcade batches for the month? Then what do you do? So you even have these batches for each week, right? You can solve them for each week. The trivia batch for week 1, week 2 and week 3. Okay, so these are released week wise. These are not released completely. Okay. So again, for the trivia batches, every batch that you solve, you get 1 point. Next is the cloud skill batch, which is like the most important thing because these are the batches where you actually learn what Google Cloud is. Okay. So what is a skill batch? This batch is what will tell you what the skill set is, what you will require for the what is required for the Google Cloud. So basically, this batch has a series of hands on lab. There is also a challenge lab in this. And after completing the challenge lab and after completing the hands on lab is when you will earn the skill batches. Okay, the skill batches kind of look like this. So whenever you're solving game batches or trivia game batches, there are also in them, right? But when you start solving the game batches, the labs that are under the game batches, they are kind of linked to a skill batch. Okay, so when you keep solving the game batches, you kind of start completing the skill batches side by side. But as I told you that you can also independently solve the skill batches differently, because uh, it is a proper roadmap for earning a skill batch. I'll show you that as well, where to check all the skill batches and how to solve them, and how does the game batch look like. I'll just show you. It might sound confusing right now, but you just have to remember that there are three important skill batches: the arcade game batch, the arcade trivia batch, and the skill batch, which is the most important thing. Next, I'll show you the benefits of the skill batches. Again, you gain hands-on experiences. It proves that you have skills for solving the cloud, and you can share them. So basically, when you enroll in this program, you have to make a Google Cloud Skill Boost profile. You will just get to know about it tomorrow when the registration begins. So you kind of have a Google Cloud Skill Boost profile wherein all the batches are seen. I can show you my profile right now. uh, okay, so this is my profile for the last year. You can see that there are many skill batches and game batches. This is the arcade batch for the facilitator program. These are the skill batches. These are the game batches that I earned last year. This is the trivia batch. So there are many batches that you can earn, and there's a link that is shown. I can show you. Wait. Okay, so this is the cloud skill boost link that is shown. So you can share this link on your LinkedIn or on your resume, and when people kind of click on this link, this is what they'll see. So recruiters or your potential recruiters can see what cloud profile you have. Okay. Uh, let's move on. So the point system, how you actually going to earn point. As I said, the game batch is going to have 1 point. The trivia batch is going to have 1 point. So for every game batch that you complete, you earn 1 point. For every trivia batch that you complete, you earn 1 point. But for the skill batches, for every two batches you complete, you earn 1 point. Okay, so you have to remember that in order to earn a single point, you have to complete two skill batches. So, what I'm telling is that here the game batches and trivia batches are kind of beneficial, because for each game or each trivia batch that you earn, you kind of directly earn a single point. You don't have to do a lot of, two skill batches for that sake. So, but again, I'm saying the skill batches are important, so you have to do it as well. Most of the time, for the last season, what happened is they kind of did the monsoon discount sale offer or something. They released a monsoon skill batch discount, wherein there was a period of like 10 to 15 days, wherein for one skill batch you earn 1 point. So when something like that launches, you want to look forward to completing as skill batches as you can. So for every skill batch you complete, you get a single point. You don't have to do two of them to earn a single point. So make sure you keep an eye on all these things that we keep on posting. And I think the Google Cloud program is in the monsoon season, so something of the same sort can be launched as well, and we will obviously notify you about that. Again, I'm stressing that you start doing your skill batches from 22nd, just after you complete your registration, because it kind of gives you and plus a plus point before the actual program starts. Okay, this is an example of how you
So you have to tell
reach
them
the
about the
milestone.
skill badges that if they will complete the skill badges from 22nd to 31st, they will gain 1 point for each skill badge they will complete.
Right, right, exactly. From 22nd July to 31st, again, they kind of told us in the meeting that was conducted for the facilitators, that from 22nd to 31st, whatever skill batch that you complete, for one skill batch, you're going to get 1 point. And again, from the month of August, you have to complete two skill batches to get 1 point. So here your efforts are kind of reduced. So for each, only after completing one skill batch you easily get a single point. So I'm telling you again and again, you start solving the skill batches from 22nd till the 31st. Do
Because
as many
in
skill
this
batches as
program,
you
you
can.
have only skill badges from 22nd to
Right.
31st to solve. The
Yeah.
games and trivia will be launched on August.
Exactly. The you don't have to focus on the games and trivia batches from the 22nd itself because they are going to be launched in August. Okay? So you start doing the skill batches till then. This is below you can see is an example of what a milestone is basically. So for every two game batches, for every two trivia batches, and for every eight skill batches, you kind of get plus two my bonus point. I'll show you in the next slide. These are the milestones. Okay, the four milestone, the first, second, and the third and fourth milestone. So basically when you earn 8 arcade points, Google gives you 2 bonus points which are free. So when you earn 8 points, you will get 2 bonus points. But what is the criteria here? That you have to complete 2 arcade games, you have to complete 2 trivia games, and you have to complete any 8 skill batches. You just can't complete all the arcade games and then you can't complete just one single trivia game and other skill batches. You have to follow this criteria. So you can take a quick screenshot of this as well, where you have to complete 2 arcade games, 2 trivia games, and any 8 skill batches to earn the 2 bonus point you can see. So basically, you're going to work for the 8 points only, but you get the 2 points free, right? So you earn 10 arcade points in total. The second milestone is the same. There's criteria. You have to complete 3 arcade games, 4 trivia games, and any 18 skill batches, and then you get 9 bonus points. As you can see, as the milestone proceed, the bonus point keeps on increasing. On the last milestone, you kind of get 25 bonus points, which is like too many points which are free. I am telling you, it is really hard to earn the 25 bonus points if you keep on solving the labs. So, these milestones are very important. The more you solve, the more bonus points you get, and you have to work less for the bonus points. So, you can see here you earn 8 arcade points and you earn 2 bonus points, but when you earn 35 arcade points, you kind of have total 60 points. So make sure you can solve as much as you can. Again, I'm telling skill batches, start doing them from 22nd because, uh, from August it is again going to be for that every two skill batch you will earn 1 point. But from 22nd to 31st only, when you start doing one skill batch, you will earn 1 point, which is like half of the work is done. Okay.
The more points, the more goodies you can claim.
Right, exactly. And trust me, if you just, quit the program in middle, you're going to regret because when the goodies are redeemed, you can see a lot of your friends are wearing the Google goodies and you aren't, and then you kind of regret that why didn't I solve the labs? Because this is something that you're basically getting for free just because when you're learning, and nobody does that. Mostly you have to pay for the courses that you learn, but here you are getting goodies and gifts just for learning, which is a huge thing. Again, I'm telling you, for each month there are going to be 4 arcade games. For 2 months there are going to be 8 arcade games. Same for trivia games. There are going to be 4 trivia games for each month. And for the 2 months, there are going to be 8 trivia games. And skill batches, you can solve as many skill batches as you can. There is no limit to it. There are many skill batches available on the Google catalog. I'll show you the catalog as well where you can access the skill batches. So there is no limit to the skill batches. Solve as many as you can. Okay. So these two websites are kind of going to be your best friends for the next 2 months because these websites and the group is where you will get all the notification of the program. I'll give you a quick tour of this website as well. Let's go. I think I've shared this website on the group as well. Okay, so this is the website. Again, this is the home page which I have already briefed you about. Here's the point system that I just explained you. I'm going to share the PPT as well, but if you want a website where you can see everything, then this is one thing which will guide you for the 2 months. You can see that it's showing a time or a counter right now that the registration start from tomorrow and the program starts from tomorrow. This is the website where you will be registering on, and there's also a second website I'll show you and will also guide you where you will be registering as well. So again, these are the point system. This is I just explained it to you now. These are the milestone again. Here's a calculation for each milestone. You can just look at it and check on this website. The syllabus. So this is an important thing. You can see that the arcade games, Google has shown around 4 batches for the August month. There's also a new batch called the Arcade Base Camp. So what is it? So for someone who is entirely new to Google Cloud, they can start with the base camp. So this is something which will, the level 1, level 2, level 3, it is level wise. It is based on the difficulty, right? So the base camp is something which will brief you about what Google Cloud actually is. So for someone who does not know anything about Google Cloud, I request that you solve the base camp batch first, and then you move on to level 1, level 2, and level 3. Okay. These are the batches for the month of August. The same batches, also batches for the month of September. There are going to be 4 more batches for the month of September as well. These are the trivia game batches which I told you about. They are going to be released week wise, and the cloud skill batches. You can see that Google has already sorted the skill batches level wise. For beginner level, you can start with these. For intermediate, you can start with these, and for advanced, you can start with these. Okay. So for the, I'll just show you how the skill batch look like. So this is the skill badge, okay? You can see when you click on the skill badge after completing, I have already completed this last year. So you kind of see the skill badge that you're going to earn. These are the labs that you have to complete, okay? So under this skill badge, there are 4 labs, as you can see. Creating a virtual machine, creating a persistent disk, and so on. So these are the 4 labs that are required for you to complete to earn this skill badge. Okay. Again, these are sorted level wise, but for someone who has completed most of the beginner and intermediate batches as well, there is a another catalog which is not sorted, but there are most of the skill batches. So this is the catalog where you can see the skill batches. Again, if you click on these, you will see what batch you are going to earn and how many labs you need to complete. You can see there are 5 labs. This lab is required. Some of them might be optional as well. And when they are optional, it is written which one is required and which one is not. There is an option. So for this batch particularly, you need to complete all the 5 labs.
The timing
Okay.
given over here, like 45 minutes and 30 minutes. It is the max time you can complete.
Right, right.
Maximum time you can get to complete. But the trust me, they are completed in hardly 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes is also like a lot of time. They're completed. You have to wait for a lab for a maximum 6 minutes for it to complete it. Even if you complete the lab in 2 or 3 minutes, you have to wait for around 6 minutes for the lab to actually get completed. So make sure for every lab you start, you have to wait for 6 minutes compulsorily, or else you won't get this green tick mark that you see. Okay, the 40 minutes that is given is the maximum time, and trust me, you don't even need 40 minutes. So this is accidentally clicked on it. Okay. 40 minutes is the maximum time. This labs kind of get over in 5 minutes to 6 minutes. So for completing a skill batch, you hardly need around half an hour for each skill batch, or like if you are just too quick with it, you'll complete one skill batch in 20 to 15 minutes as well. Mm. Also, we'll kind of share a list of easiest skill batches and the shortest skill batches, which will make you earn your points faster. So, as the program start tomorrow, the program will start. So, we will, send a list of the easiest and the shortest cloud skill batches. So, in a very less time, you can earn maximum points. Okay. So, this is the syllabus. Then these are the FAQs. So if you have any questions, you can check the FAQs first. And if it is not given in the FAQs, or if there's something you cannot understand, you can just reach out to me or Prathamesh anytime, and we'll explain you and solve your question as well. So basically, going back to this website is very important. This is where all the updates will be given time to time. Then the next site is the Google Arcade site. Okay, the Google Arcade site, as you can see, it says that it will open soon. This is the website where the skill batches, the game batches, and the trivia batches are going to be launched. Okay, so whenever you start solving the game batches and the trivia batches, you have to come to this website. This is the website where all everything will kind of go live. Will obviously notify you and send links for everything. They have also changed the website. They're right now they're the last year for the last program they used a domain name called Quick Labs, but this time they're using a domain name called Cloud Skill Boost. So it has changed. So make sure that you check everything on this domain, not the other one. Okay, so I was thinking that I can give you a quick tour of the Google Cloud Lab as well, but showed you about the skill batches, so I think you know about it. We can do it at the end and see what we have. So the most important points here is that you join the Google Cloud community. I have given a link over here. I'm going to share this PPT with you as well, so you'll get the link. So this is the Google Cloud community. So this community is basically a group of all the people who are going to tell you about Google Cloud. So you can see workaround for migrate MySQL lab. So if there's any problem with a lab or anything or any updates regarding the Google Cloud program, it will be posted on the community as well. But keep to check this community, it is kind of hectic to keep on checking for so many things on so many different sites. So that is what the group is for. We are going to be online on this community all the time and will keep on updating everything that you need to know on the group time to time. Next is to subscribe to the Arcade website. So, right now, the Arcade website that we have, they haven't added a button for subscribing to their newsletter, but I think they will be soon adding it. So once you register to the program, you are kind of automatically subscribed to the Arcade website. The email that you use, you are automatically subscribed to the Arcade website. But if there are any changes, we'll obviously let you know. The most important thing is that whenever you are performing the lab, it is important that you see that you have signed in the lab, because most of the time what happens is that without signing in, students start doing their labs, and then the badges won't reflect on your profile. So make sure that you complete the before completing the labs, you have signed in. So I'll show you the lab as well, because I'll show how it look like. Yeah. Okay, so this is what a single lab looks like. Okay, so you can see that I have already signed in. So you always check that you have signed in with the account you have registered. Now I have registered with my email, and I first you have to check that the email is right. So I am checking that my email is right, and after that is when you start the lab. Okay, you can see the timer over here, and then you kind of get these things. Okay, so these are the things that you're going to use. So I request that whenever you open the Google Cloud Console, open it in incognito. Why in incognito? Because every time when you open it on your browser, the email kind of gets saved. So in incognito, the email won't get saved. So in username, you have to copy the username over here and you have to use it over here. Then you move on to the next one. The password is also given. So you have to copy it and move. Okay. So your Google Cloud Console will be launched. So this is what the cloud console look like. Then you have to agree to the terms and conditions. Okay, this is what the cloud console look like. Then you have to check if the project ID is kind of correct. So you can see the project ID over here, and the project ID is also given over here. So it is correct GCP 02625. Okay, it's the same one. Okay. Now to do the lab, you have to kind of read everything. Not everything, but there are also YouTube videos and a lot of stuff which will reduce your time and give you a direct kind of information of how to solve the lab.
We
So
will
this
be
is all.
providing you all with those solutions,
Yeah.
but we
Right.
request you to solve the labs by your own knowledge. That will help you
Yeah,
a lot.
right. Yes. So these are the MCQs that I need to do, but I guess there's no progress, checking the progress thing here. So I'll just go down. Okay. You can see this is one important thing which kind of makes you earn the point. So for earning this point, I need to enable the dialog flow API. So I'll just do that in my cloud console right now. I'll just search for the API, or I can go to API and services library.
Just scroll down. Yeah, you got it.
Mm. Okay, so I have to enable this API. So I'm going to enable it. This was the task for the lab. Okay, it might take some time. Okay, so this API is enabled. You can also see it over here, enable service. In the notification, everything you do, it is reflected in the notification as well. So after enabling my OPI kind of API, go here and check my progress. See, so I have earned the points. I have a green tick over here as well, and I think the points kind of reflect here as well. Okay, so I have got 100 points. So my lab is completed. But I need to wait for 6 minutes in order to complete my lab, and after that is when I'm going to end my lab. So I get my points. Okay, so we'll move on to the PPT till then. So you can see the time given for this lab was 45 minutes, but I just had to do one task which did not even take 2 minutes. Okay, so just don't look at the time and get stressed. It is such a long lab or something. It is, trust me, it is not a long lab. When the time is given 40 to 45 minutes, they kind of consider the worst case while solving the lab. Okay, so I've given you a tour of the lab as well. The referral code again, you have to use this referral code for login in, registering the program basically. For frequently asked question, you have to refer to these two slides, these two websites basically. So you'll see FAQs over here, and some of the FAQs which are not covered, or some of which you, if you don't understand, you can feel free to message me and Prathamesh. Then this is the resources doc which I have created, which has kind of resources. I'm going to share the link as well. Here will be each and every link will be shared over here. The PPT link, the website link, the skill batch catalog is also given over here. The important points are written. These are the skill batches which are kind of given by Google. These are like, you can refer to the skill batches. These are given by Google, but I'll be adding in this resources doc only. I'll be adding the easiest and the shortest skill batches which you can look, and I'll be also adding some YouTube channel or some people who kind of make it easy for you to solve the skill batches. Sometimes reading the guide and solving the batches can be very tedious because you kind of lose the track of it in the middle. So I'm going to share you the YouTube videos as well, which kind of guide you, and I'll be sharing the resources doc and as well as the PPT. Everything is given in it. Yeah, so let's move on to Q&A. If you have any question, just feel free to ask them in the chat, or you can raise your hand and you can unmute yourself and you can ask them.
Any questions? Are you all clear with the instructions that Sia has given? the roadmap of the program and all. Someone has raised hand.
You can unmute yourself if you have raised your hand. And you can ask the question or you can send it in the chat. Also, for those who have not attended the meeting today, we are also going to provide the recording for this so you can refer. So, if any of your friends who have not attended the meeting, tell them not to worry. We are going to provide you with the recording and all the resources. So, if everything is clear, you can start leaving the meeting right now, or if you have any questions, you can stay back and we'll be answering them. Till then, I'll show you. We can end the lab and how you kind of get the credits. Okay, so it's more than 6 minutes, so I'll end the lab over here. You kind of give the reviews, submit it. Okay, so this lab is done. I don't know if I got my credits or not. This is the second time I'm trying. How did you get the credits, Prathamesh?
Okay, about this, Sahil, you will be completing a lab that is hands-on Google Basics, the tour to Google Cloud. This lab that Sia just completed, and after enrolling, if you complete this lab, you will get a 2 month subscription to the platform where you
Right.
can perform any lab, any skill batch you want, and it will not cost you a penny.
Exactly. So the referral code and the registration plays an important role here because there are credits which are given in front of labs, but just ignore them because when you are registering into a program, you kind of get Google Cloud free for 2 months. Okay, so you can solve any lab. There's labs with some credits, labs with no cost, but you be it any credits or be it any cost, you can solve them for free.
Okay, one more question there is by Girish. How much time do we
Hmm.
need to utilize each day? So, Girish, it completely depends on you that how much time you can give. It is not a compulsion to do or perform labs every day. You can also give your
Right.
time on weekends. But it will take like hardly 15 to 30 minutes each day that you can slowly complete your progress and it will not be hectic for you.
Exactly. So last year there were many people who did the labs in the end of the month. So even I was one of the person who completed most of the labs in the end. But trust me, it was super super hectic. And generally during the end of the month, they kind of the labs kind of start lagging because most of the people are solving them on that time. So I kind of suggest you that you aim at doing one skill batch a day, which is like hardly 15 to 20 minutes. And over the span of 2 months, if you do even one skill batch a day, that's enough. You have crossed all the milestones if you do like 50 to 60 skill batch. It is more than enough. And apart from that, obviously there are game batches in between and there are trivia batches in between as well, and they are open only for a limited time. So side by side, when you are doing the skill batches, make sure you keep an eye on how much time is given for the game batches and the trivia batches as well, because if you don't earn the game batches and trivia batches, you won't be crossing the milestone criteria. So make sure about that. Obviously, we'll keep you reminding time to time. We are going to you know tell you each and every update, but I'd say ki you do at least one skill batch a day, and that won't take a lot of your time. It hardly takes 15 minutes because it's very hectic when you start doing the labs towards the end of the program. Trust me.
Okay, any more
Any
questions?
If you're still confused about the registration process, even we don't know how the registration process is going to be and where the link is going to come. So, after the registration opens, it is after tomorrow 5 p.m., right? So, we'll try to conduct a short meeting and guide you through the registration process as well. Once the link is live, mostly everything is provided in the link and it is very easy to understand. But for those who it is still confusing, will provide you with everything and will also do a short meeting about it as well. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. And throughout the program, even if you have some problems with the lab as well, you can just ask the facilitators. We can schedule a quick Google Meet and we can solve trying the problem or everything. Just feel free to ask about anything throughout the program.
Yeah, weekly doubt sessions will be scheduled, so your
Yes.
doubts will be cleared over there. If not on group chat.
Yeah, sure. Also, the group chat is kind of open for everyone. So even if any one of you had something new to tell, you can share it on the group as well. We'll wait for another 2 to 3 minutes if we have any questions, and then we'll be ending the meeting. So if you have any question, just put them in the chat real quick. Okay, I see a lot of people leaving. Okay, this one is a good question. That you have enrolled in your Google Cloud. So Sohaman is asking the question that you enrolled in the Google Cloud last year. Can you use the same email? Obviously, you can use the same email because the batches that you solve, the points which will be calculated is only after from 22nd July. So the batches which you have solved for the last program, they are not going to be counted. Only the batches that you solve from 22nd are going to be counted. If you are someone who has completed most of the skill batches, you cannot re-earn them. Okay, you cannot resolve them. So if you want the goodies for you, if you kind of doing it for the goodies, or if you want to practice them again, I suggest that you use a different mail and then you start doing the labs over there if you have completed all the skill batches or most of the skill batches. And if you still have enough of the skill batches to solve, then I suggest that you use the same email ID. Is the doubt clear, or do you need any more information? Yeah.
Yes, Madhur says got it. Yes.
Yes, Madhur is someone who has completed a lot of skill batches. Okay. Thank you, Madhur.
Thank you.
Madhur, do you have anything to share about the program? Okay, I don't think there are a lot of doubts. Yeah, exactly. Madhur is saying that rather doing it for the goodies, do it to learn, which is very important. The goodies are secondary. The labs are very, very important. You learn a lot of things from the lab. Even in my internship, I'm using the Google Cloud platform. Most of the placement exams that you see, there are many questions related to cloud as well. So when you start doing the lab, you kind of get familiar to the terms which are used in the cloud platform. So you start understanding the questions, and it is very easy for you to solve those questions when they are asked in the placement season. Madhur is saying because a lot of this learning you can apply to a lot of daily concepts, which is very, very true.
Yes. Okay. So I guess we can end the meeting now.
Yes, we can. Sure. If you have any questions, you can still, ask them in the group as well. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.